So far at practice, we've been focusing on like the small game a lot. I think that this team, this year in particular, is probably one of the hardest working teams that we've had since Amy and I started at Queens College. Well, again, the small ball, the small game for us was something that we wanted to work on and get better at as a whole. So this year has been pretty much our focal point, and I've really seen a lot of improvement in the girls from the beginning of practice to right now. In order for us to maintain a playoff berth, I think that we need to just stay focused and communicate with each other. The girls have very few girls that have came back from a regional experience and from a championship experience. So our team is young as a whole, but I think that with the leaders that we have, that we're going to be fine and we'll make it into the playoffs without a problem. Well, they understand that the expectation is extremely high here, and when you experience something the year before, to not reach it the year after would be a huge disappointment for them. So I think that they're able to really get on the same level with the girls and explain to them what it takes to get there and what we're expecting as a coaching staff in order for them to make it there. I think they understand that they're young we have no seniors on our team this year. So the juniors have really stepped up. And I think that from a whole, they understand that it's not so much what you're doing on the field, also it's what it takes off the field as well. So just maintaining that whole mental focus from the second the season starts to the second that it ends. And I think if they can pick up the little things in between and stay mentally focused and learn the game outside of just the field, then the underclassmen will have a much easier time reaching that expectation. Well, I think that our spring trip down to Florida gets them exposure. You know, it's not easy to stay in the gym for 2 months and then go out into a field when it's already cold. So if they have a little bit of experience seeing what a high level of play is, I think when they come home, we'll have that 3-4 weeks of practice before our conference games start, which will really get them geared up to what level they need to be at in order to succeed in our conference. Well, I think pitching for us is extremely strong. We have Tony coming back last year. She was the Rookie of the Year. So we have high expectations for Tony. We have Morgan Starley, who's also a returner, and I'm really hoping that Morgan can get a lot more innings than she had last year. You know, she's working hard, and Lauren's a freshman from California who we expect to do big things for us also this year. So I feel very strong in our pitching staff. Kylie and Christy Booty, those will be our two catchers. Again, Kylie's mainstay will be a mainstay as a catcher, and Christy Booty will also be a catcher and a first baseman. But again, they're very smart behind the plate, they're very disciplined, and I think that no matter who's catching back there, our pitchers will be fine. Again, our infield is young, but we have our middles with Alyssa Neal and Tori Carlo, which I think will be this is the first year that they're going to be playing together. They're both sophomores. Tori had a redshirt injury last year, and Alyssa missed the second half of the season with an injury also. So I'm excited to see what they can do, you know, turning double plays and things of that nature. They're very smooth together. In the outfield, we'll be led by Stevie Agnabeni. She's our center fielder. She covers a ton of ground, and she's a great captain out there. She's able to, you know, delegate responsibilities, and I think that she's a great leader for our younger outfield. As far as my expectations for the season are concerned, I understand that we have a young team, and many of them aren't experienced with postseason play, but their work ethic is something that I've never really experienced with a bunch of girls. They are probably the hardest working group I've ever seen. So they're able to stay focused, and they understand the exact commitment of what it takes to get to the playoffs. Even though they haven't experienced it, I think from the returning girls that have been there and experienced, they really have gotten them excited to what it feels like to be a postseason team. So I think that's our main focus, is to get there and to do well and to, again, stay mentally focused in order for us to reach our team goals.